a Roy Hodgson masterclass. A Roy Hodgson masterclass. Before I give my thoughts, tell us the statistical dynamic from that game.
Okay, so basically, Man United had useless possession, 76%. They
Yeah.
outshot Palace, but they had a less XG, which meant that most of their shots were from outside the box. I think I saw they were like 10 shots from outside the box, which gave
Yeah.
an XG of 1.1 versus Palace's 1.91.
Wow. So in other words, that's like saying Crystal Palace should have won that game by 2-1, but they won it by 3-1. What did you make of Wilfried Zaha and his return to Old Trafford?
I think Zaha, he really played the game with a certain aggression, like wanting to prove them wrong. And he really showed it in his performance, which he had 4 shots with 2 on target, 4 key passes, and he was fouled 5 times.
Yes, and Wilfried Zaha, in my article where I was writing about players that have a point to prove, I actually said he's the one with a point to prove the most for Crystal Palace, because you understand last season he was linked with moves to Arsenal and Everton and didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
And then I think last season was a huge drop statistically in terms of goals and assists from the season before, because the season before he actually, I think it was 10 goals that he scored, and I think he gave 5 assists. But for last season, he actually scored, I think it was only 3 goals. Because I don't really remember the stats very well, but it was a huge drop from the season before, because I guess those failed moves to Arsenal and Everton really got into his head. Yeah. And then this season, I think he's trying to prove a point, because he wants to try and give that one last big performance for Palace before maybe he moves on to pastures green or something. What do you think?
I think for Zaha, like he has passed that age of a promising signing, which is like 24 to 26 there. So now, like he's playing. You know, like when you're 28, 29, 27, like you should play at your peak, so that when a team signs you, they see that you'll contribute to 20 goals a season immediately. So I think that's the output he's trying to show that he has.
And he's actually thriving in his new role, because he's actually playing. He's not playing as an inside forward anymore. He's kind of like playing in some sort of central position, and I think it's actually to his strengths, because he's technical enough to link people up and play with the back to the goal, and he's obviously trying to sniff out those chances, and he's getting to score goals, because already this season he's on 3 from 2 matches. And I think he's the one with the biggest point to prove. And remember, the Palace actually signed one of the championship's best players last season in Ezberechi Eze from QPR for, was it 16 million pounds?
No, I think it was in the 20s, like 24 or something.
And then they've resigned Mishi Batshuayi on loan from Chelsea, and I think they should make it permanent, because Batshuayi has always been on loan. It looks like Chelsea actually don't appreciate the guy, because when he was joining Chelsea, he was actually a 20-goal-a-season player for Marseille, and his return for Belgium, because I know you support them at international level, is quite impressive, because I think he's actually hit double figures in very few caps for the country. So I don't know why Chelsea aren't playing him enough. Maybe he should sign for Palace on a permanent, because I think he's better technically. Okay, he's better technically and at least a better goal scorer, in my opinion, than Jordan Ayew.
Yeah.
Yes.